Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Paranormal Tuesday with me, Jared, and of course, the brand new member of the team, Mr. Robert Dyer. How are you, Bob? You all right?
How are we doing?
I am all good. How are you?
Too bad. Not too bad.
Good.
Looking forward to this.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot to catch up on. And we do have some exciting news for you all as well, regarding this weekend and regarding paranormal living as well. So let's see who we've got on. Remember to write your comments in, let us know that you're there, and your thoughts as well. Carrie's on with us. Good evening, Carrie. Hope you're okay. And Mr. Blissett, who joined us for our investigation at the weekend. Unfortunately, couldn't be on this evening due to his camera, but he's going to join in with the chat and write his comments in, and obviously what needs to be in.
Brilliant.
Yeah, we're all good there. Mark, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're okay. And Chantel, good evening from South Africa. Tracy, good evening. Hope you're all right. Mark, you got on a good time because I was literally about to do the usual. So don't forget, everybody, we are sponsored by Paranormal Technology. You're not just buying equipment, you're buying an experience. So remember, guys, check Mark out. He will look after you. As we said in Mark sent me the letter and spoke to him, on your first order, you will get 10% off. So do go check them out. And they've got so much equipment. Like you say, that's where we get all our stuff from. And we have so much of it, including the new piece, which I do have next to me, which no one got to see which was the electronic. It's a Ouija box. Obviously, as you know, we don't use Ouija boards. Yeah. So, but it's obviously a similar kind of kit, so it has different things on there, which is we did try it at the weekend, but this weekend, when I'll tell you about obviously the live, we will be giving it a proper go this weekend. So don't check them out, everybody, like you say, and 10% off your first order. Can't go wrong with that. And there is so much fun on there, and he will look after you. I do promise you that. So, obviously, we have a lot to catch up on. So, thank you to everyone who watched the Richard Felix interview. I hope you all enjoyed it. This did arrive today. My book, What is a Ghost?
Oh, wow.
And, of course, it is signed by him as well. So I was very happy.
That's amazing, isn't it?
I know. So, obviously, getting to interview Richard, we'll start with talking about Richard first. What a guy. He was lovely. When he rang me, like you said, the week before we planned it, he was so nice, and then got to speak to me here before we obviously started recording. Just such a nice guy, and I really enjoyed the interview with him. Like, I even learnt stuff while I was talking to him. And, like a lot of people said, his honesty as well, talking about More Snorted and, with Derek Okora as well, which we touched upon. We touched on a lot. So if you haven't seen it, you can go back. It is on YouTube and obviously on our Facebook page, part 1 and part 2 with Richard. So first of all, I just want to say a big thank you to Richard again, of course, for the book. Brilliant. And being a part of Paranormal Living. So what did you think, Bob, of obviously now you've seen both episodes?
Well, I watched it. I thought it was really good. You know what I mean? I think he's got a lot of knowledge, and I was glued to it because it was just so interesting. Yeah. The things that he's done in his life is just absolutely amazing. And like you said, it was actually Most Haunted that actually set him on his path. You know what I mean? It was just absolutely amazing. And his life now, what he still does, he still carries on with the paranormal, activity and stuff like that, and does researches and still doing history and stuff about it, which is amazing. And then going on these other places that he goes to, it's just absolutely crazy. He's brilliant, really, yeah. I found it fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
Yeah,
both episodes were really good.
Definitely, he's got very good charisma about him, the way he talks, and like you say, just very informative. I think as well. Like I say, I thought it was great. I really, really enjoyed it, and I was really nervous as well. Obviously, I said that to him afterwards. Once we finished, I said to Richard, I said I was nervous. I said, "You're like the big star, obviously been TV, done all this," and I said I was quite nervous, but I said you made me feel quite relaxed actually, and I just felt like I'm talking to you, which made it so much easier.
That's what I mean. Your presenting was really good.
Oh, thank you.
Good presenting.
I'm trying. I think he comes. I agree with. There, Carrie's coming out. I loved his honesty. Absolutely. I think, like you say, he told us about what happened on More Sorted, and obviously that it did become a bit of a scare. You know, everything's a bad ghost, everything's a scary ghost. You know, and how he started, and obviously what's happened since, and obviously about the shows with Derek Okora, and the honesty about Derek, because obviously, as I mentioned, a lot of people have the thoughts on Derek Okora. I did get to meet him personally, and I thought he was a great guy, and I had a reading of him. It was very, very good. But obviously, everyone's open to their own opinions, and the fact that he gives this honesty about everything we touch upon, and he sort of like a no holds barred, I guess you could say. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed it, and I say hopefully we'll be able to get him on a investigation with us. That would be good.
That would be good if we can bring that off.
Yeah, Carl Spot, definitely. He's a great historian, a great input into the paranormal. Definitely. It was great to hear his stories and experiences. Well, this is it. I think, like even about his house, only in the research I learned this, and how terrified he actually is of like investigations. But he, you know, it's just can't help but be a part of it, and yeah, it was brilliant. Really, really brilliant. So again, thank you very much to Richard for being a part of Paranormal Living, and hopefully we'll see him again at some point on the show.
No problem, yeah.
So obviously going back to the weekend just gone, we did a live investigation at Whalley Abbey near not too far from Burnley. That's the easiest place to say. What an amazing night, because I didn't.
Scary night, I know.
You were so petrified.
I was. That was mad.
Because we was obviously originally supposed to go to a different abbey, but then Bob wouldn't go in, even though there was a gate open at the back, but he wouldn't go in. Which made me
class that as trespassing, so no.
It wasn't trespassing, but anyway. So then we decided to go to Whalley Abbey, because obviously we had two on the list.
Which was a good idea.
So how did so guys, get your comments in, let us know your thoughts about it, and if you did see it, if you haven't, the live is still there. We had some weird stuff going. Obviously, we're joined by Carl, who is in the comment section this evening. We had a lot of weird stuff going. That was before camera. That's before we started going live. It was weird. So, Bob, I will let you go first. Carl, if you could write some comments in for us, buddy, and get your points across. But what were your thoughts? Because obviously, you'd never been to Whalley Abbey before. I only seen a video. Yeah. What are your thoughts, sort of, before the investigation as we got there? And
I didn't know what to expect, really. I mean, in daylight, it don't look as bad as nighttime.
Yeah.
But when you're in like the pitch dark and your phone light's not working and going on and off, and you ain't got really know which way you're going. You know what I mean? It can be a bit daunting. But like I say, I heard like footsteps behind me and all sorts. I don't know what was going on there. You know what I mean? And the actual cat balls got me. But I would say the area that you was in, I would find was the more pressure than anything I felt, because I just had to keep getting out of there. As you can see, if you ever watch the footage out there, you'll see that I was in and out because I just couldn't be in there. But Jared just wanted to stay there, so you know what I mean?
It made me laugh because we'd just gone live, and it was obviously at that point now starting to go dark, and we'd only been, I think we'd only been live 5 minutes. And you're like, Jared, we need to go, we need to leave. Like, it's fine, it's all right. Me and Carl are pretty chilled at this point, and the cat balls were flashing like mad.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, we need to go. I'm like, Bob, it's fine, honestly. I've never seen you that scared. And that was like,
it was like, at that point. I think it was just like pressure was on me trying to say this ain't a good place to be. You know
it is a weird energy, weird place. I will say that.
And didn't you say I was out by that window when I was already over the other side? I couldn't recall what you said there. Yeah, so when I come back, you said, "Oh, I thought you was there." I was sure that's what you said, or something like that. Something to that effect.
Yeah. So before we started, I played some monk music like I can't remember the time. I've got the album on here. I don't think we'll get in trouble for this, but I'll just play you a bit of something. This is what we were sort of playing. Let me find it. Because I thought we'll try something different and we'll play this music, and we'll just see sort of what happens, because it might just stem up a bit of activity for us, or just give us a bit of a familiar sound for them. Can you hear that?
It was mad, wasn't it?
So obviously we're playing this kind of stuff, like these monks singing. So obviously we're playing that just to see if we can anything happen. And then as this is happening, obviously Bob's taking video cameras, Carl's with us as well, and I'm obviously getting everything in place. And there was someone walking around us, because you could hear there where the main door was, where we started. Around there, obviously, you can walk around. And I'm genuinely heard. We all heard someone walking around because obviously Bob walked off to have a look. Then I jumped through like the hole in the window thing to have a look because we could hear voices and someone whispering. So first, I honestly thought someone's going to jump out. Someone's taking the mickey here. There's someone else in here. And they go, oh, as we go live. But there was literally nobody there. It was weird. And this was as clear as it. Honestly, it messed with my head a bit through the whole investigation. Carl can obviously verify this. It was about hearing whispers, footsteps. It was so bizarre.
It was mad. Absolutely.
And then, obviously, when we obviously got to start the investigation using the cat balls, and they're flashing like mad. And then I think I said, didn't I, if you that is you, we could flash the one next to it, whatever, and it did. Obviously, we tried to debunk it, couldn't debunk it, so it is open to interpretation.
Yeah.
And obviously, like you say, you were quite freaked out in there.
Oh,
but it was, it was just a weird bit, that part of the abbey. And then
I think it's because it was like closed in a bit, you know what I mean? And I think that was it. The area you was in, it was like in a huddle, I would say. And then the only way out was straightforward, you know what I mean? I thought if something happens, like, you know what I mean? But it was like the footsteps got me, and the voices, I think there was voices by the window, and I was a bit worried about that. I thought, trespassers or something coming in to get us or something, I don't know. I suppose that's what really swung it for me, but like I say, I went on my own, didn't I? I went into the kitchen on my own, so, and then my light decided to go out, which was really better, and it was dark as hell. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it was
really good.
That happened, and then obviously we eventually moved, because originally the plan was to do 3 parts, but we just carried on because it made more sense. And then we obviously moved into, where did we go for that? Oh, it was where the stairs were, weren't it? What would have been? And obviously, I do apologise everyone about the microphone issues. We are sorting that out for this weekend's live, and some more light as well, because it seemed a bit dark. Yeah. So obviously it is a trial and error, because it's not like recording the normal show. Oh, Bob, you're back. But obviously that in that area, that was weird. Yeah. Because that's when I picked up on the gentleman walking around watching us.
Exactly.
And then obviously I asked you then to leave me for 5-10 minutes.
Yeah.
Weird. I heard someone talking, thinking it was you and Carl, and you and Carl weren't even. It's weird.
Mad. Absolutely mad.
I got a comment from YouTube, and I'm going to try and pronounce the name. Heard some creaking noises. Turns out it was Bob's knees.
Yeah, most probably.
That's brilliant.
Seriously, it was really mad.
Yeah, and then
great fun.
Yeah, because you said at that point it got a bit weird, which it did. And then obviously we finished then up in the kitchen. I
think the kitchen was the best activity ever we got.
That's when I actually freaked out. I will admit I did get a bit freaked out in there.
That's why we discussed with the light situation when we watched it on the video. It was, you know what I mean? It weren't that right, was it? It needed to be brighter, didn't it?
Yeah, that was like you said. So learning curves these lives.
Oh, of course, yeah.
We've got some more light for next time. We're going to brighten up a bit. But that kitchen, I don't know. It's just weird energy in there. And obviously we had people walking round and there's no one there. There's obviously no animals on, because I honestly thought there's going to be a groundsman come in and tell us off. That's what I kept thinking, because it sounded like there were people walking around us and there wasn't. And then obviously the boxes going off. Yeah. The radar pod, which we have here, and the music box, weren't it? Them going off and obviously trying to debunk it. We couldn't debunk it, so again, it's open to your interpretation. But that was weird, and that radar pod, because what was weird, obviously, Mark obviously sent this to us, and it picks up things from behind the door, and then you saw the monk behind the door, and then this is going off for fun. It's so bizarre. That place actually freaked me out in there.
Yeah, I think the majority of them went off, and it was actually mad. I mean, the one we put in the window, you know what I mean, where the stone frame window was. Yeah. I just put it there, didn't I? He walks away, right out of the way, and then we said something, anybody there, whatever, and then on it come. Do you remember that?
See, this was weird, right? Because I think it was the third time it went off, it was the bat, because I saw the bat fly. But before that, there was literally nothing flying around.
And then you had that orb, but you didn't catch it on film.
No. So everybody, I was really mad about this. So Carl was stood right next to me. I think you'd wandered off at this point, or you was further across.
I might have been further going down.
I don't know if anyone actually saw this on camera even, but a massive red orb flew up the camera, and this and I caught it and I went, oh my days, and that's why I kept saying I can't wait to view the footage back and have a look. So we looked at the footage back. Didn't pick it up, but I saw it as clear as day on the phone through the camera. A massive red orb, because I think Denise at that point was saying there's something to the left. Anita saw it as well. So obviously we have people who've seen it. Obviously Carl was next to me and saw it through the camera, and I went, "Oh my days, that's excuse me French, massive." Didn't even pick it up on the replay, not there. And this is what proved my point is, because at first I thought, "Oh, you got the red torch," which you didn't. And obviously, if you did, it would have still picked it up on the camera.
Exactly.
It's weird. I was honestly. So I think next time I'm going to film the phone as well. We'll film it all. But yeah, what an amazing, amazing place that was, Whalley Abbey. I know Denise wants to come with us next time to go do a return. Excuse me. But Carl, obviously, what are your overall thoughts on what you experienced yourself? Because obviously, we're not being with us on camera. But just give us some comments. But I think that, like you say, that was one of the more active places we've been.
Oh, yeah, I would say so. I didn't
anticipate what was going to happen. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't even know if it were haunted or not.
Well, you don't think about that, do you? You know, when you sort of like, you go there and it's all broad daylight, you don't think, oh, yeah, well, it's not that bad at the moment, but of course it ain't, not till night. And then, you know, it's like being closed in, like, because you've got stone work around you. It's mad. You don't think someone's going to pop through the window or something like that, you know? Man, I caught something though, didn't I? Up the top by the tree.
Yeah.
Oh,
the picture, I shared it. I completely forgot. And obviously his brothers and Betty, good evening. The one thing, what was weird about that place was as soon as that the sunset and it went dark, that place completely changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird. And then obviously towards the end, Carl kicked the box on the floor, made me jump. And then, of course, me being startled by a tree, because obviously me and Bob had walked off and Carl was still there filming. And then when I grabbed onto the Bob, I went, "Oh man, what's that?" Then realised it was a tree. Looked like the shadow of a person. Carl's put, my thoughts were it's an amazing place full of strange activity. It definitely deserves another visit. Yeah, like you say, we will return at some point.
I'll be prepared for that one.
After 10 minutes, can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
Send me
I know what to expect now. Look, I'll make sure I've got the biggest torch ever. You know what I mean? Oh my god,
Carl, thank you very much for joining us, mate. Coming in your first investigation with us. It was a cool place. I can't wait to go back. So, another thing I did want to talk about this evening was regarding this weekend. Hopefully, weather depending. This is the issue. Like we just had thunderstorms and lightning in Blackpool. It is supposed to be raining all week, so we do have a backup plan, which is really, really, really exciting, which I will tell you about. But we will hopefully be live on Friday night. Fingers crossed. So we will be. I'm not going to obviously announce where it is now, but you will see. Obviously, I'll announce it on Friday when we get there. But this place is very similar to the Townley Hall in that sense. There's your clue. And the grounds are quite more active than the hall, I think it is. So there is your clues, everybody. And I think Carl will be joining us, I think, as well. For another. Carl, we need to get you a Paranormal Living t-shirt or hoodie. And then you'll look part of the team. But I want to say, Mark, you're still on, I imagine. Thank you very much again for all the equipment, and obviously it were amazing as you saw at the weekend. So I'm really excited for this weekend. It's a place I want to go for a while. I think hopefully, all being well, Denise might be joining us on that one as well. Fingers crossed. So that'll be even more exciting.
We've got quite a few up the sleeve, haven't we? So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we've got a few up the sleeve.
Bob has been writing a full list out all week.
Oh, too right, yeah. I've got some real good places as well. Amazing. Absolutely.
there's a place as well that I spoke to my stepdad today, Pete, and it's where they used to hang people, which is not Burnley. So that is another place we're looking at going. And there is a place called the Devil's Bridge, which is near Clitheroe, which is so I think it's about 20 minutes from Whalley Abbey. I think it was half an hour. So that is a place we will be hopefully going to at some point. And we will start recording episode 2 of Paranormal Living in the not too near future, which of course will all be about the Pendle Witches, to see what happens. Which I'm really, really excited for, because it's something that's always interested me. And yeah, and obviously just to be able to go around there, and they do say like the energy around Pendle's a bit bizarre. And like you say, we can see if, what will happen if we can pick up on anything. But yeah, we will start recording that very soon, which I'm excited for.
Has that got like a lot of paranormal history then?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never did that, so I'm just asking if it's got some activity going on.
Yeah, they say just around the Pendle area, like Clitheroe, all where it's sort of Whalley, where we were, because obviously we drove past the hill. The activity around there, apparently they say like the hill's like a draw of energy.
Really?
Yeah, and like you take a bit of Pendle with you when you leave, kind of thing. That's what they say. Yeah, a lot of people remember. Most Haunted did a live from Pendle back in 2004. Wow. So after I finished talking to Rich, I ended up watching the live. And obviously you got the farmhouses, the abandoned derelict farmhouse, which is there, and which they think is reportedly on the site of Malkin Tower, which is where I think it was Elizabeth Southerns lived. I think that was her house where they apparently met, and then obviously got arrested, taken to Lancaster to be hung. But the interesting story about the Pendle Witches, not to give too much away, that not once did one of them say they were a witch.
So they were really witches then, were they? I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you could say.
I'll presume so, yeah. Yeah.
I'm on the fence with it though. So, guys, we'll talk about this as well. Get your thoughts in. I personally believe that it's like, what, when you're a kid and your grandma has these old ointments and they say put toothpaste on a dry spot and they get rid of all things like put vinegar on like a cold sore. I think it might have been something like that, but like you said, they probably did have a bit of medium.
So you think it's an old wives' tale, then? Yeah?
Not like an old wives' tale, but I don't think they were evil. I don't think they were negative. I just think they were ladies who, like you say, probably did have some mediumship, and they were the people in the village where you go to, like you say, if you needed something, and then obviously things turned sour. And,
so you're talking like witch doctors or something like that sort of thing,
yeah, possibly, yeah.
Wow.
I really, really can't wait to get that done. Like I say, I am in talks with...
That'd be a big adventure, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'm in talks with sorting something out regarding the Pendle Hill, which is exciting.
Ooh.
So confirmed, and then we can start filming, and then we'll be able to release it. To be honest, I think it's going to be a 2-parter because it's going to be 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
Pendle's big. You got both sides of the hill, kind of thing.
Wow.
So there's a lot to do. So that'll probably be like a 2-parter. So I'm excited to release that and start filming that. So as I did mention, some more exciting news regarding Paranormal Living. The show is having a makeover. I know this is not all paranormal, but we will be, now that things are lifting and we can start mixing, we will be having a proper studio. That's what I'm going to tell you. So me and Bob will be sat in the same room, finally. And we will have a full studio. It's going to look like a proper show now, rather than just a camera. Like, it looks okay like this, but like I said to you, I wanted to make it look like a show. I want people to watch, and it's like Saturday night news. You come in, you're in the studio, you're behind the table, you get it all set up properly. So that is what is going down at Paranormal Living Studios. See, look at that, Paranormal Living Studios.
So it's going to have a professional look.
Yes, definitely. So that is planned. So hopefully that'll be ready for next week. So we will hopefully have a new backdrop for next week, everybody. I say a backdrop, a new studio. I'm just sending this photo to myself because I seen this on Facebook today. So I'm going to send this across. Because I want everyone's thought on this. And let me just send it because I can upload it. This picture, like I said, just before we went live, I'd seen it on Facebook, and someone had put it on saying, obviously, that there it is. What's going on here? Sorry. I meant to. Oh, there it is. And they were saying about they'd taken this photo, and it was real. But obviously, I'm interested to see people's interpretations on this, as we know, because obviously I like this. But yeah, it really interested me. And like you say, I'm interested to get people's thoughts on this. So I'm just going to upload it now onto the StreamYard so we can all see it. Where's it gone? There we go. And of course, we will be doing your house at some point as well, won't we, Bob?
We will do, yeah. I've got activity going on all the time, mate. Or yeah. always have strange things going on. Mad.
What's the most recent thing? What's happened?
Well, I get like, what was it the other day? I'm sure, and I'm 100% sure I had a bit of paper on the mantelpiece and it fell off on the floor. But I can't say it was. It could have been blown from the wind, but there ain't no wind on. I didn't have a fan on, so I don't know. But it was very weird.
I know you've obviously had things on appearing on the door, stuff like that, and noises and.
Oh, I've had all that. Seriously.
Crazy
you get
thing.
The door creaking, you get the door moving, you get all sorts.
Like a real.
Yeah, but I think it's friendly. You know what I mean? I don't know. It could be just a message. You know, get a message through. You know, I'm here. You know, whatever. But I don't know. Yeah. But I mean, that picture I caught, I found that was a bit. A bit eerie, that one. It was like somebody looking at me and saying, "Hey, I'm here. I want to talk to you."
Yeah, pay some attention.
Yeah. We should download that one time and then let them have a look at it. We'll see what they think about it.
Yeah, I never.
Really weird.
There's a few things I need to add on for the next episode. But this is a picture what was posted online. So what do we all make of that? I think it was taken in Ireland, Northern Ireland, I think. And yeah, that's what it said. Someone had done a ghost walk. Around.
Looks like a reflection from a TV to me.
That is a good shout.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what people's thoughts are.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a good little discussion. So, guys, get your comments in. Weird, isn't it?
It looks like an outline of a figure, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like someone waving out the window or looking out of the window and waving.
No, it could be somebody walking past it where the TV's on their light. I don't know. Because I can see it reflecting off of the frame there, the window. So I don't know.
See, that's a good shout about a telly. Because obviously there's something on in the room, as you can tell, next to the curtains. So that would make sense to glare off there. And
then the person's walking past with their dressing gown on or something. I don't know.
It's a good shout.
That's what it looks like to me, anyway.
Yeah. Okay, but look, excuse me. Looks like some sort of light flare. It's very, it's weird. It looks cool because when I was reading the comments on it, obviously everyone was 50-50. Oh, flare. Sorry, Carrie. Light flare. Yeah, I'm like you say, I'm sort of I'm not overly convinced as such. I think it looked cool. Marcus, but personally, I think it's a light flare from the light in the room, as it's the same colour, definitely. Like you said, Bob, it's probably off the telly or
could be off the telly and somebody just walked past with a dressing gown on and giving it that look, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Like you said, they didn't.
A lot of that.
There was nothing else about much info about it. They just said that they were on a ghost walk and that's what they took. And you know, like that's what people do on Facebook. Like, what's your thoughts on this? Or
I mean, unless you can blow it up and have a real good look, you know what I mean? But I think that's what I think it is. Someone with a dressing gown walking past the TV.
I think it's a glare. Definitely.
Yeah, glare off the TV on to the whatever. You know what I mean? Out the window. You see them, don't you, when you're walking down the street? It's dark and you've got someone got the TV on, they've got curtains drawn. It flares out. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree there. So, guys, I do. Where's it gone? My StreamYard has gone a bit crazy today. Okay, it's disappeared. Sorry, everyone. This was supposed to be on here.
Yeah, it should be a good investigation anyway. I mean, if we decide to go like Friday or whatever we're doing, then like I say, it'd be good. Very interesting, I think.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this weekend. Hopefully, we'll be able to do the investigation because I really want to do this place.
Either one's going to be good anyway, but that place, like we talked about, I think it's got a good bit of paranormal history there, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, like I say, you've been doing a lot of research on the venues.
I do, yeah. I like to read about the history of it, what happened, and what paranormal activity they got and stuff like that. Yeah. And like I say, I always think places that we go to, what I'm saying is, you know, you can go to some places and you get no activity at all. Other places you get plenty of activity. So whichever comes our way, it's going to be interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, like you say, we have 4 venues lined up for the next 4 weeks. So you're in luck, people. We have a lot planned for the next 4 weeks. I keep seeing something walk past my window. There's nothing there. I don't know. Maybe something weird going on in my house.
Perhaps you need to have some investigating, mate, as well.
Well, I'll tell you something what happened before I talk about the next bit. So when obviously I was interviewing Richard, and we started talking about Derek Okora.
Yeah.
The energy in this room completely changed. It weirded me out.
No, yeah, you told me about it.
Yeah, I thought I was going to cry. I literally felt this whoosh, and so like as if someone was stood here.
Wow.
I'm not saying it was Derek, but it was whoever it was, or the energy changed in the room, and it was very strong, and it was weird.
Did your hair stand on end?
Yeah, honestly, I was there going, it's like trying to look calm on camera. You know, I'm like, there's someone stood next to me. And honestly, I feel the energy and everything. It was so bizarre. So weird. Carrie was saying she was seeing flashing lights at the window behind me. See, I keep meaning to set my cat balls up when we're live. You know, just to see. Yeah, I'm really not sure why. Because honestly, there's something. It's weird. Don't say we're paranormal in tonight.
Well, I see something go past, but I don't know what it was.
I'll take a look. Thank you.
Mind you, if you look on it later, you might find it. You might decide find out what it is.
Yeah.
Because I see something go past you. I don't know what it was. I mean, it was outside the window. I'm not too sure.
Good evening. It's every Tuesday, every time I go live, something weird happens to me. I either can't talk. Anyway. Yeah, a few people have said it now. Yeah. And there's no one walking past. Obviously, my street. It's quiet. Obviously, there's a car just gone past.
You know someone's walking past anyway, wouldn't you?
Could it have been the reflection of something? But there's
possibility.
Oh, what's drove past though, or what I've heard. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I look forward to seeing the pictures of. So Friday, anyway, back to where we were. So Friday night, like you say, hopefully we are investigating. Carl will be joining us and Denise, will be with us. All being well, depending on weather.
Exactly, whether the weather's all right. Yeah.
But if not, we have something even. Oh my dear, what's wrong with me? It's all happening. If not, we have something very, 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 very special for each and every one of you. Denise will be coming live on the show, and we'll be doing an interview with her where you can get all your comments, all your questions to her, anything you'd like to know, obviously regarding mediumship, afterlife, or any questions you'd like to put to her just on basis. Been flashing for a good 10 minutes on and off. That's weird. I don't know. I'm really not sure.
Is out the window?
I don't know. There's nothing here. I might shut my window. I might shut my curtains.
I can't see it.
Yeah, so Denise will be joining us and talking obviously about mediumship and about her experiences. So we, like you said, no matter what, we will be live Friday. And like you say, you can put your comments to it.
It'll be very entertaining, won't it?
I can't wait.
Very entertaining.
Like you say, I got to.
Nice woman.
Well, you got to
for the first time, didn't I? So yeah, she's brilliant. Lovely.
Yeah, and her mediumship is absolutely fantastic. And I say I got to interview her August, I think, pre-first lockdown. Would it have been something like that? And I was, it was fascinating to hear about the spirit guides and obviously her experiences. So I can't wait. No matter what, We will have something for you. No, it's okay. Carry on. It doesn't really spook me. Like we was talking about this. I'm surprised I haven't been as scared as I have been on investigations. Like the way you were on Saturday, I always thought I'd be like that. I always thought
it was mental, honest. I mean, it was just I felt something. It was just not right. It takes a lot to spook me, and believe me. Now that spooked me, I'll tell you, it really did. It was like, oh my.
Well, even at Marlow Lodge, when things went a bit weird, I went weird, and obviously we had all these.
Didn't you?
I chilled at that point. Yeah, I did.
Last week, it was all right last week, but you did go a bit funny, round through it sometime, right? You know, when you went into where the stairs were, then your persona changed.
Yeah, you said
back me up on that. Definitely.
I was all right. I was quite chilled. But I know you obviously mentioned that.
Yeah, you was reading off this guy that we haven't even met, I don't think. You talk about some guy. Ask Carl to have him message you. He'll remind you.
Right, I've just seen the light flash. I can see it on now. It shouldn't be me camera.
Oh, is it coming off your...
I don't know. It shouldn't be.
That was mad. You must have paranormal activity in there, lad.
Hey, you never know.
You've got something going on.
There's always... Now...
I don't know.
I'm
going to experience it, though, don't you?
Oh, I ain't got my box. I should put my box next to me. I keep meaning to put the cat balls out. Obviously, share with everyone. But I'm going to definitely make sure.
Well, make sure we do it next time. Yeah, we'll do it next time, yeah?
Carrie's Pot, I think it depends on where you go, how you feel. There's one place I've been and I felt so unsafe. Oh, where was that, Carrie, if you don't mind?
Yeah, exactly. See? I'm not the only one who feels it.
What? I'll save that. Mark, I've got your message. Cheers, pal. Yeah, I think when we went to the Ramin, I was freaked out before, but I felt okay once I was in. But I had a lot of weird experiences. I'd know I'd been shut down. There were no me opening up and, you know, working with spirit, linking in, whatever you want to call it. It was zoom straight down. But last weekend, I felt all right.
Yeah, but you know, when you went to the Marlow, you know, you were zonked out there. I don't know what was going on with that. Did you feel like something was coming down on you? You know what I mean?
I think I opened up without realising. I don't think it was negative, but it was something because
you felt sick, everything, didn't you?
Honestly, I even went outside for fresh air and it didn't work. And I rang my mum and she's like, you know, I should ask Grandad to come forward and it just wouldn't. And it was until we did that meditation thing in the bar and that's when it went.
That was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, I really didn't like that. That's the first time I felt weird.
There was a lot of orbs though.
Yeah, but
loads of orbs, weren't there? Amazing place.
Because like at one point I was just like, "Thank you, everyone." Like, and then all of a sudden I was like, second wind.
Yeah, when I looked at the footage, looked like you fell asleep, but you hadn't. Like you was going into some sort of transparent trance or something. I don't know what it was.
I have done trance before. It was interesting.
It was brilliant, though.
It was quite cool. I don't know, but I do have a habit of, like, when we've done meditation in class, of dropping. So, you know, normally you'd just be quite relaxed. I go, head gone, out of it. End up.
I mean, you never felt like Friday. You was fine Friday, weren't you? You felt a bit scared on some of the occasions, didn't you? Not as much as I did.
Yeah, I'll tell you what was quick story before we move on. I remember doing it when I was at Blackpool Spiritualist Church in the awareness class, and we did this meditation. And no word of a lie, there was someone stood next to me and I could hear his voice, could sense him, and how he was talking was very posh, this really posh voice. And it looked, I just remember him laughing, and I just remember wanting to laugh. So everyone's quiet, and we're doing this meditation through this light guy, and this really guy here, and I could feel him, sense him, see him. Well, weird. But yeah, honestly, I think that was the closest I've ever been to, not say being took over, but, you know, them sort of shadowing and you're picking up on their kind of thing. Carrie's puts a small, very old graveyard And I personally love graveyards and go to them for peace, but not that one. I need to go back and try to find out why. You mentioned graveyards, haven't we? That is on the list.
Yes, there's a real nice one there. Like I say, it's
literally across the road from my house.
It's actually been desecrated because they pulled all the tombstones up.
Oh, that one.
Yes.
That one.
That's more worth going to have a look at than the other one, I think. But then again, they're both all right. But I heard there was another one. The White Lady. Where's that? It's a white lady in a graveyard, and I'm trying to think out. If anybody out there knows, I've seen a few videos of people going there and catching a white lady. Well, really? Obviously she's black because she's got dark, hasn't she? Yeah. Somebody. I watched a video on there, and somebody's walking through there and said, "We're going to capture whatever," and they did. They caught just going across a path, but it was a white lady statue that's actually in the cemetery, and she's pregnant. There you go. But I can't work out where it is.
This one in Black.
It's in Lancashire, I'm sure it is. I might be going further outfield, I don't know.
I remember the one you sent me was in Blackburn, and that was I had a lot of weird stuff happening.
Yeah, there's that one. Yeah, where when they done that vigil in the daytime.
Yeah,
and they caught all voices, and they caught an apparition behind a tombstone. Yeah, that's what you. Yeah. That's by, what was it? Begins with P. I can't remember what it's called now.
Padium.
I think it's P. I can't remember. But like I say, yeah. Who?
Padium.
Padium, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I knew it was something like begin with P, but yeah. They caught loads of. I do a lot of history on them to make sure that they're all right. And they're real good. They have a lot of appearances and voices and all phenomenon you can think of. It's amazing.
Wow.
Absolutely. I mean, they was in the daytime and they just went there out the blue, just took their phone, didn't take anything really desperate, just like something for a voice recorder and their phones, and that was it. And they got voices and they got an apparition just behind a tombstone. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. I've got a question for everyone watching. What is everyone else's thoughts on graveyards? I've never done an investigation in a graveyard. I remember my granddad telling me a story. So the graveyard where he's buried, where him and my nana are buried, and that side of the family, there is a church on there, and that is a church where they got married.
Wow.
In the 50s. And I remember like you say, a lot of my nana's side of the family are buried there. And my granddad, they'd been to the cemetery one day to put some flowers on someone's grave, and my granddad saw the priest who married him walk in the grounds.
Wow.
Yeah, on the ground, and he was like he was cleaning up, like cleaning up the grounds or something.
Yeah,
that's what he experienced with the priest. And obviously, this is that they've probably been married 40 odd years at this point, but the priest obviously long past 50 years even.
What's like you're trying to say when they're in the cemetery, they're at rest. Some of them are, some of them ain't. You know what I mean? It's true. They're not. They can still walk the earth. You know what I mean? Whatever. Especially if they got a grievance or something like that. You know, that one I was talking about, that other cemetery with all the tombstones ripped up, desecrated. You know what I mean? Because somebody brought it and they didn't want a load of tombstones. All soldiers that died in Queen's Hospital, Queen Vic Hospital.
Yeah.
And they actually took all them stones up, and it ended up just one street. And at the end of it, he ended up giving it, not even bothering with it because he went bankrupt. So he couldn't carry on, and it left like that all the time.
That's
and it's still like that to this day.
So disrespectful.
Very disrespectful. Taking on tombstones and the babies at the front, and you know what I mean, and tombstones. They took all them up as well. Just desecrating.
I've always been intrigued by. See, I like you said, there's a cemetery. I say across the road, there's like a row of houses, and then there's a cemetery. You can see it from the window. But I've always been interested just walking around, just seeing who's in there. And there's a few people in there, just people's stories or what you sometimes, they might say something on the stone and then you're like, I wonder what they were like. I really enjoyed that. Sort of the history behind it, and like some of the stones in there, like 1870s or something. It's crazy. Up to obviously Monday, but not that long ago, actually. I think it was middle of summer last year. We just went for a walk because it's there, walk around, and my little girl, she went to one of the gravestones and she just started talking to gravestone in the. So it was like on the stone. It was a little boy who'd passed away. So it's like it's not very big, but obviously it's like a monument, a statue of him. Yeah, she started. She went over to the stone, touched his leg, and sort of like running around the statue and talking to him. It was a bit weird.
That's what I mean, though. You don't know what activity you're going to actually get when you go in the graveyard. But I think you don't go there obviously to get you go for the history as well, for the how they died and what these people are all about. You know what I mean? I mean, you think of the church where you are, like, how long's that been standing? That must have been standing for years and years. And before that, what was on that before that? You know what I mean? It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah. It's not always. It's usually, majority of the time, it's the ground. It doesn't matter what is built there. It's the ground they walk on. They still think they're in limbo. They're still, and they're just doing their backward and forward thing, like Felix said about that guy in the, was it one of them soldiers? I can remember rightly, with no legs. Remember what he said about that? And it's the same sort of thing. They're just walking on soil. It's not what's built there. It's
what was there?
Yeah, crazy. Absolutely, it's amazing.
Flashing in. It's like my camera's focusing on something, but I don't know what. And it's not exactly sunny outside, is it? Really, the light, but I don't know. It's a bit weird.
Is your camera actually flashing on reflecting off your window or something?
I don't know. It could. That was possible.
I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. It's going. Shoo.
Let's put something on. See what happens. Radar pod. So if there is anyone there, obviously if it's something stood there focusing, obviously it should pick it up on the radar pod. Okay.
It's not coming off your light on your screen, is it?
No, it's never done.
Off your frame.
No, because when I interviewed Richard, obviously.
Whoa.
When I interviewed Richard, it never went off. Right, I'm obviously.
Are you setting that off with your voice?
I'm not near it though. No, it's quite far behind me. Well, welcome to live vigil night.
Yeah.
Well, it could be me. Sure. I'll stay still.
Just move about a bit, see if it does it again.
Bear with. I'll just stay. I'll still really still. If there's anyone here who stood in front of the window.
That was quite weird though, because I see it. It was on your window. It's like vroom, vroom.
Do we have activity? I don't know. It could be me. It could possibly be me. It would make sense because it picks up quite far around that. I know I'm not near it, but I might be close enough. Lindsay's going to kill me. She upstairs. All right, let's try some. What we got? I've got everything out. Well, not everything, but I've got. It's weird, isn't it? I don't know. I'm confused. I'm done.
It was quite weird because it. It was like
the pod picked up 7 meters, so that's why it's picking me up. Makes sense. Cheers, Mark. Debunked. Debunked live on Paranormal Living. Maybe I'll have to try something else one night, I think. I've had some weird experiences in the house, not as recently, but.
Well, I can't see it now anyway. It's not doing it now.
No, I've just moved it, that's why. Because I think it was me.
The pumping the light on the window.
All right. Oh.
Yeah, it's like I said about the history, Jared. You need to look at the history of it.
Yeah.
That house where you are. Find out what it was before it was a house. Crazy.
If there was anyone here with me this evening, you should be in front of the window.
You feeling like weird, then, like?
I don't feel too bad. I don't feel as weird as I have done in the past. Like normally, when I'm live, I can't talk, and I've talked pretty well tonight. And shut up.
What does Cole make of it anyway?
He said it's very strange, but at that point, like you say, I think I was setting the radar pod off. To be honest, like you say, it picks up 7 meters.
Yeah. Crazy. Absolute mad. Could be a sign.
Don't it?
You know what I mean?
All the stuff that happens in my house and convinces me.
Oh, I get things in mine as well. Do you think we bring it home? You know what I mean? Possible, isn't it?
Well, it depends. I keep us as safe as physically possible.
That's the thing, though. Can it attach itself to you? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but
because I know. Go on.
No, it's all right. Because it just made me think then that I was listening to this podcast. It's a new podcast I found. I can't remember what it's called now. It's on YouTube. And she was saying that she went to the ancient Amin, and she will not go back there because the things what happened there when she was there, it was fine, yeah. So she'd been 3 times, and every time she's been, it's got worse and worse and worse. She said there's something negative in there, and she said she still dreams about it now, and she's been for 3 years. Excuse me, sorry. And she said she's absolutely terrified, but she wouldn't say what happened, but she's absolutely terrified of the place.
Oh.
That's what you're doing.
That's
you know,
weird.
was she doing something negative, like was she playing with the Ouija board, opening things that you possibly shouldn't be opening? I genuinely don't know, because obviously I've only just found the podcast the other day. And you know, like you say, we talked about it the other day, like if you're going there, you want me to get out of it, you know, you push me out, you're going to rattle something up. So I
try and get her on the podcast and see what she's got to say.
I could probably send her a message.
If it's possible.
It'll be on my history on YouTube. I only found it the other day. But it's interesting. But we said, it says there's 2 of them. And she was saying, like, how different people's experiences are different. Like, 30 years after people go there have amazing experience, and some people go there and get absolutely nothing.
I think it goes down to what energy is circling at that time, I think. You know, what, you know, what's really happening, how much pressure there is of that, you know, demonic, entity stuff. You know what I mean? And if it's not one day, you know, and then the next day, then you go on the wrong day, you're not going to get it, are you? The other person's going to get it. But I think that's how it actually works, you know. But all depends on that.
Like Carrie said, they should always work with respect. Well, that's it. I always say that when we get there, obviously, we always, you know, we're sensible. We don't do anything silly.
No, we don't.
And, you know, like we said the other day, is you know, sometimes you go into other people's houses, like the Abbey. You know, monks used to live there. You wouldn't go into church and start, come on then, priest, if you want me out of here, you know, you're not going to do that.
Exactly.
Same with anyone's house. You're not going to walk into a stranger's house and go, "Hey mate, make me a cup of tea."
No.
You don't make me a cup of tea. You know what I mean? You're not going to, as random as that is, but that, you know, you're not going to do that.
You got to give respect, you get respect. Simple as that. You know what I mean? You know, you got to be straightforward, and you most probably will get some sort of sign, but you've got to be down to earth to realise that you can't be shouting at or calling them out in a nasty manner, because it could go against you, and something could happen to you. Simple. Yeah,
that's what I mean. I think, like you say, it's all about respect. I wouldn't come in your house and start shouting at you.
Exactly, yeah.
And I think even if you get something negative, why rise to it?
Exactly.
You understand what I mean? Something like for example, something throws itself at you, I'll be running. I won't be sitting there going, "Come on, man, do it again if you think you." You know. And obviously, I mentioned this. I'm not plugging this for Denise, but I mentioned this. Obviously, I took this with us to Whalley Abbey. my protection kit. Obviously, Denise is selling these for £15. So obviously, you get your chakra bracelet, get your incense. That incense lingered in my house for 3 days. It's not even that strong. We're in here. But yeah, honestly, it smells lovely though, because I've started, I said to myself, I'm going to be stricter with my meditations to be able to work with spirit. Oh, actually, talking of meditations, I meant to say this earlier, completely forgot. So, as I mentioned, I'm starting to get stricter with meditations. So I'm going to do, I'm aiming to do 3 weeks, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, to be able to get that stronger connection. And because obviously I really, you know, a lot, what I want to do is be able to do like spiritualist churches, give out messages and stuff like that. That's what I'd like to do. And in my meditation, this guided meditation, I ended up seeing 3 shadows, which was weird. Don't know who they were, but I saw them as clear as day. And I got the name Paul. I'm sure, yeah, it must have been Paul, I think. And a box. They gave me a box, but it wasn't time to open the box yet, but they gave me this box. Yeah. So on the next meditation, I might find out what's in it. But sorry to distract, but yeah, but this is obviously I took this with us. But as you can see, there's 3 different stones in here, which are all obviously help with protection. And there's a book in there as well to explain about psychic attack and stuff. But yeah, like you say, like Carrie said, if you get something negative, then leave. Honestly, I'll be running.
Oh, exactly, yeah.
Because as well, there is some forces out there. We all agree that you don't know what they are. You know, just because they passed away, it doesn't mean they changed the thought process. Or, and I just, yeah, like you say, it all comes down to respect, as we've all said.
So with your meditation, then, does that actually open your mind up for different things, or how does it actually work?
So the way the meditation works, it was Denise sent it me, because I do different meditations. I always find what's good music. You know what? Not good music, but you know, like chilled, maybe restart your chakras and things. But so on this, she takes you into, so you open up basically as if you're going to do a service or a reading. You open up to spirit, so they come in, and then she takes you on this journey. So basically, the quicker version of it, she takes you onto this field. You walk through the field, and then you walk through this gate, and then you get to some stairs, I think it was, and then you get to 2 rooms. So one has got your family and loved ones in, and the other one's got your spirit guides in. So you're drawn to. And I've normally, when I've done it a couple of times, I've always gone to the family room. But the other day, yesterday, I decided to go with the spirit guides. And, you know, she says, like, you know, your family or your guides know which room you're going to go into. So don't worry if don't worry. But what was weird, as I was doing the meditation, my dad and my granddad was stood with me.
Wow.
Yeah, I knew they were there straight away. But I just felt drawn to go into this room where my guards were, and I'd never been in there before. So it was weird. It was cool.
That's why you had to go in there, you know.
Get the box.
Appear, like, you know what I mean? Crazy.
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, well, because my daughter does it as well. I'm sure she was telling me she does a bit of that sort of stuff that you're doing. Yeah. And she said it's very relaxing and it opens your mind up to, I don't know, a different world. What she meant by that, I don't know. So. Yeah, no,
it makes sense. Like I said, I've done meditations and sometimes literally nothing happens. You don't get anything. You don't experience anything. Then I have done meditations where I've had loads of weird experiences, like you're being touched, but you're that chilled out. You know what I mean? I try to clear my mind as much as possible, which is quite difficult.
Wow, sounds very interesting.
Yeah, it's cool. I enjoy it, and I think, like you say, my aim is eventually to be able to work with spirit, to do mediumship. Obviously I've done different. Carl's been to the awareness class with me and stuff. But yeah. And like you said, for me, it's not, like my granddad and stuff, it's not about gain, fame, whatever. It's not about anything. It's just about giving people proof and evidence, specific evidence, what, it shows that it is that person I'm connected with, and, that kind of stuff. So, one day.
Sounds interesting, that, though.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I went to church once and they was doing they sat this person down and they was doing putting their hands all down. I'm like it was, I don't know what they call that. I don't know if it's healing or something. I don't know. You just sit in a chair and they're like this all over them.
Yeah.
do you feel relaxed and all this sort of thing? Oh, well,
yeah, there's that. They do.
It was paying to have it done. You know what I mean? It's mad.
All right. Okay. Well,
Yes.
I saw something yesterday, which shocked me. But I got this email say this guy I follow. Well, no, he's American guy. Anyway, and he's doing an awareness class or development class, 8-week class. All like, oh, that's cool. And then I looked into it. So I'm reading the email on the website telling you what you go through. Like it tells you how to open up. It's like mediumship made a bit easier. So it's like how to open up, how to link in with spirit. So it's all like detailed stuff. So that's brilliant. Scroll down, $1,500.
Oh.
No refund.
Wow, you're joking. No money back then. Oh no.
And I'm like, and it's all pre-recorded, so you don't even get to meet the person. And I was like, if that course doesn't work for you, that's a lot of money to spend.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Oh man.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed. I unfollowed him after that because that's what it's not about that. There's no way that it's your screen unless it's flashing on and off. See, I don't understand it. It's still happening. I really. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. I can see it.
It was. I was very disappointed in the person. So $1,500 for a course, and you don't even get to meet him. So, never mind.
It's like a light in your window. A light of light flashes on and off.
Let me just try something.
There you go. It's right on your screen. Weird. That's weird. I'm looking, but I can't see it now. But yeah.
I honestly don't know. He's never done that before. And even when I interviewed Richard, the curtains were open, and obviously it didn't happen then. So I actually don't know. It could just be the light. No, it's not even sunny, is it? Really?
No.
It's just been...
You sure it's not coming off your monitor?
No. I've never had this issue.
Because it's like a line flashing onto your frame. That bit there. I don't know. Weird.
It's weird, isn't it? I don't know. There's a lot of people out there charging for courses. It's a gift that should be shared with them. Yeah. See, my thing is, I don't mind paying. Like the Spiritualist Church, it's a donation to the church. And things like that, I don't mind. But when it's 8 weeks and you don't get to sit in a room with the medium, or you don't get face-to-face contact with the medium, and they're just sending you videos out, they're recording whenever, and they're probably sending it to whoever else. Really getting that one-to-one learning or help. And it just feels like they're trying to earn a quick buck, and then it's like, 8 weeks, 1,500 quid. I don't know. I was pretty disappointed.
Yeah, and you can't go for them for advice either.
I mean,
even worse. You know what
I did. Yeah, but never mind. That's
wow.
It fills the window, doing my head in. I feel quite chilled tonight, though, so it's a bit weird. The music box ain't going off. You know what I find crazy about this music box, by the way, when we've been using it? Like, look at that. It's all lit up, nothing wrong. And then when we've been it's been drained, hasn't it? Like the lights.
Oh, exactly, yeah. No, that was mad, wasn't it? Because it was going off, weren't it? But it weren't lighting up.
It's weird, isn't it?
That's
maybe a night, a vigil in the Warren household.
Oh yeah, that'll be the next one.
I totally agree, man. Well, guys, I can't. We've been talking over an hour. Wow, that's gone fast. I didn't realize we've been on that long, to be honest. I do hope you've enjoyed this week's episode 8, I think it is. Yeah. Don't forget to get on Paranormal Technology and check Mark out. Like you say, look after you, and 10% off for your first order. So absolute win-win. And like you say, we get all our equipment from Mark. This is just some of the stuff. I need a new case to put all my boxes in.
Need a bigger bag.
I know. But yeah, he will look after you. So make sure you check him out, everybody. Like I said, we will be live this Friday night, hopefully from location with Denise, our medium. If not, she will be joining us live on the show, and we'll be doing an interview with her. And you can get all your comments into her. Any questions you have about mediumship, afterlife, churches, any advice as such. Obviously, she won't be giving out messages or anything like that, but obviously we'll just be having a discussion. So any questions you may have, you can get them into her. Like you say, we will confirm this. But fingers crossed, the weather will be okay. But no matter what, it's a win-win because we've got something going on for you. Exactly. And then we'll be back, of course, next Tuesday for episode 9. And hopefully the studio will be ready. Which will be even more exciting.
Will be fun.
Yes.
It'll look amazing.
Fingers crossed. We'll have the Paranormal Living Studio, so it's all good. So, Bob, thank you very much for joining me. Carl, thank you very much
for
coming.
Mate.
Mark, Carrie, Betty, and I do this every week and then I forget who's been on because sometimes people always stay on time. Anita, and everyone else who's joined us this evening, wrote your comments. Obviously, thanks again to Carl who joined us last week. Who'll be joining us this Friday on the live, fingers crossed, as I mentioned. And yeah, I'm really excited for what the future holds for Paranormal Living.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and I'd just like to say thank you everybody for tuning in and supporting us. Like I said, right from July when we started, Carl's literally watched every single episode of Paranormal Living. We was literally talking about this in the car the other day, you know, and people who followed us from the start to now, and even the people just joined, just thank you so much for all your support. And of course, thank you to Mark at Paranormal Technology for looking after us. So stay safe, everyone. Love and light, all the very best. And we will see you Friday night.
Be safe.